Welcome to this webinar, which is about enhancing the security of McAfee Web Gateway with deep secure threat removal technology. My name is Tim Freestone. I'm a Principal Solutions Architect at Deep Secure. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about who we are and our threat removal technology. I'll briefly talk through the problem of file-based malware when web browsing and the sort of risks that threat removal can mitigate. I'll then give an overview of the threat removal technology, how it works and some of the use cases that threat removal can be applied to and how it can be deployed. Moving on to how threat removal can integrate with McAfee Web Gateway and a demonstration of that integration. Finally, we'll wrap up with a summary and some links for further reading. Deep Secure are a small UK business specialising in cybersecurity. We've been around for over 10 years and our heritage is in protecting defence, intelligence and critical national infrastructure customers. These customers require solutions of the highest assurance and have been using Deep Secure products for many years. In response to the ever-growing cyber threats that are hitting all areas of industry, we have made the same technology more commercially available in order to augment their existing security. We have two key technologies: deep content inspection, which we use to ensure policy is applied to data coming in or leaving an organization, and threat removal, which is a completely new way to deal with the malware threat. And it's threat removal that I'm going to talk about today. Browsing, McAfee Web Gateway is a market-leading web gateway. It provides website reputation checking, URL categorization, real-time threat intelligence, anti-malware, and advanced threat detection using sandboxing and static code analysis. That is some powerful protection and prevents many of the threats seen when web browsing today. But still, advanced attacks, especially those using malware hidden in complex content, can still evade these defenses. For example, malware hidden in Office documents, PDFs, and images. Detection of this sort of malware can be quite difficult and sometimes results in false positives, blocking content that is actually safe. This can result in extra time being spent by the operations teams investigating the results of detection. Sandboxing can give improved rates of detection, but it can also potentially be time-consuming. When web browsing, user experience is key. Any delays spent checking for malware affects the user browsing experience. If this becomes too much, users find other ways to browse that get around the controls. What Deep Secure provide is a means of applying zero trust to this sort of content and ensuring that it is available immediately and that whenever it is downloaded, it is safe to interact with. The sort of risks that the Deep Secure threat removal technology is designed to mitigate when web browsing are around file-based malware. This could be files shared in legitimate file sharing sites such as Dropbox and OneDrive, sites that users often have to have access to. Phishing is a continual problem and both corporate and personal emails can contain links to malware or malicious attachments that when accessed via webmail are downloaded and executed. Image-based malware is a growing problem, with the attackers having the ability to hide malware in images to be used as part of an overall attack, remaining hidden from detection. The use of advertising on websites adds to this, with regularly changing images being placed on legitimate websites. So what is threat removal technology and how can it help mitigate these problems? Well, threat removal is a new approach to stopping malware. Instead of looking at the data, attempting to detect any sign of malware based on knowledge of the attack, and instead of opening the file to detect any unusual behavior, threat removal simply assumes the file is bad and doesn't let it in. What it does let in, though, is the information contained in the file. That is always safe. The process starts with extracting the information from the original content and writing it into an intermediate format we call XDS, or Extensible Data Structure. The XDS is then verified to ensure that it has been created correctly. The cool thing about XDS is that it can be used to represent multiple different file formats, meaning the verification stage doesn't have to change for each different file format. Once verified, a brand new file is created and the XDS is used to populate it. The result is a file that looks and feels like the original, but only contains the information, not any malware. This process is fast and so can be applied to real-time use cases such as web browsing. Actually, threat removal can be applied to multiple use cases, including email, where the whole email and any attachments can be cleaned before emails reach a mail server, web browsing, where it integrates with a web gateway, acting as a forward proxy, file upload, by integrating with a gateway acting as a reverse proxy, file transfer, where files are moved between two networks, web services, by protecting the structured data traffic between front-end and back-end servers, and by being built directly into any application using an API. The threat removal technology can be delivered as appliances or as an API. The appliances can be physical or virtual, on-premise or cloud. There are two appliances, one for inline traffic, such as email and file transfer, called IX appliance, and one for enhancing the security of gateways, called GX appliance. This uses HTTP or ICAP and is for web browsing and file uploads. The API is a cloud-based service that can be called from any internet-facing application. There are a number of different APIs to suit different needs. The GX appliance can be used to integrate with McAfee Web Gateway deployments. For on-premise deployments, a GX appliance connects to the Web Gateway using the ICAP protocol. The GX can be installed and configured in minutes, and a simple configuration file can be uploaded to the Web Gateway to have a complete system up and running very quickly. For Envision deployments, a cloud instance of the GX appliance can be deployed. Once again, ICAP or ICAP-S can be used to connect to the McAfee Web Gateway instance. This demonstration shows the integration of threat removal with McAfee Web Gateway using a deep secure GX appliance. As users browse the internet, content is passed to GX from the Web Gateway, which uses threat removal to ensure it is clean and safe for users to interact with. In the demonstration, there are two browsers running. Microsoft Edge goes straight to the internet, and Mozilla Firefox goes via McAfee Web Gateway and Deep Secure GX. One risk when web browsing is the use of webmail. Either attachments inside the mail could be malicious, or they could contain links to files on legitimate file sharing sites that are malicious. In this example, we've got a message with a link to a file on Dropbox. If I view the file following the link using the Edge browser going directly to the internet, we can see the file in the browser, and via Dropbox I can also download that file. Once it's downloaded, I can open it, and by accepting the prompts that get put up, the malicious content inside that browser, inside that Word document, will run, and in this case I'm redirected to a malicious website. Let's do the same thing now on the browser protected by McAfee Web Gateway and threat removal. So again, I will view the file on Dropbox, following the link in the email. Again, I can see the file, and Dropbox gives me the opportunity to download that file. As I download it, the file is going to go through threat removal and make sure that it's clean and then safe to open. As you can see, the process is very quick, and now the user has the file and there is no malware inside. There's no redirection to the malicious website. It's just a safe, clean document to work with. The malware inside that original file wasn't detected. In fact, it's just been cleaned by the threat removal process. There was no need to try and detect it. The process of threat removal just takes all the content and builds brand new content based on the information that's inside it. So another risk when web browsing is the content on particular websites. So in this case, we have a jobs website and there's a CV of the week put on the website. If I download that content using the Edge browser that's going directly to the internet, you'll see once it's opened that it runs the malware that's inside that file. and that could have arrived there through the compromise of that website, or maybe put up in error by the owners of the website. Either way, the content is malicious, and so when it's run, the user gets hit with the malware. In this case, it's ransomware. Fortunately for me, this is actually not real ransomware. If we do the same thing through the protected web browser using McAfee Web Gateway and threat removal, if I click on the same file on the same website and we open it, again, as it's downloaded, it's cleaned by threat removal, and therefore it's safe for the user to open. There is now no ransomware hidden inside of this content. And again, the ransomware wasn't detected. As the content was downloaded, it was passed by the Web Gateway to the Deep Secure GX appliance. The appliance removed all the information and built a brand new document to deliver to the browser to make sure it was safe. The third example here is the same jobs website, and now there's an advert being placed at the top of the web page. So websites often use advertising to fund their activities, and agencies put adverts onto websites, and the web owners don't necessarily have much control over the images that are placed up there. And because those adverts are short-lived and they're tailored to individuals, it's difficult to police what the content of those is. Once you combine that with the attacker's abilities to create malware and hide it inside images, you get a potent combination. So this example uses a polymorphic file. So that is it's an image file, but it's also a script that can be run that could be dangerous. If I click on the advert in the web browser that's going directly to the internet, and then I open it, you'll see that the script runs. And in this case, again, it says I've been hacked and takes me to a malicious website. If I do the same thing over on the right-hand side, when I'm protected by McAfee Web Gateway and threat removal, the threat removal process rebuilds that image as it's downloaded. So any redundant information inside there, including the script that's hiding inside it, is removed, and all that's left is a safe image. So when I download this one and open it, all I get is the image. So the final thing to see is that the security controls that are enforced don't affect the user experience. It's key to the users to make sure that any controls that are in place don't actually stop them doing their web browsing. So if we start a new tab on each web browser and we just browse to the BBC website, you'll see that the user experience is no different when using threat removal to when you're not using threat removal. All of these images that are being downloaded have been transformed on the fly in real time, and yet the user experience is exactly the same. So these examples show how threat removal can seamlessly add security to a McAfee Web Gateway browsing solution. Threat removal protects users from both known and zero-day threats in documents and images, and it does it in real time, allowing the users to browse with freedom. In fact, this same technology can be used with McAfee Web Gateway in a reverse proxy mode as well, when building solutions to accept files in via the gateway. Threat removal can make sure that they're cleaned before they hit the file system. Threat removal and McAfee Web Gateway form a strong combination to protect users from the dangers of internet content. So, in summary, Deep Secure has pioneered a new way to defeat malware and can extend the security offered by McAfee Web Gateway. It provides protection against known malware and zero-day and other advanced attacks. The Gateway extension can be installed in minutes and instantly provides protection without requiring constant updates to maintain effectiveness. For users, that means a seamless experience and the ability to open and interact with complex file types with complete safety. For organizations, that means happy users and a reduced burden on the SOC teams. Deep Secure Gateway Extension can be deployed on-premise or in the cloud, and so is suitable for all forms of McAfee Web Gateway deployment. There is some more detail on this solution on our website, and also the customer success story of a financial institution that installed GX when its current sandbox solution was frustrating users and placing a burden on the security team. The result is users that can work more efficiently and are now better protected than ever before. Thank you for listening today. If you'd like any further information, please go to our website or visit our virtual stand at the conference.